What's going on, guys? Josh here for another Airsoft Megastore top 5 tips. This one's going to be a little bit different though. Normally we'd be giving you tips on how to run your guns and gear, but today I want to give you guys tips on how to not be that guy at the airsoft field. So without further ado, let's jump into tip 1. Alright guys, now the first tip that I have is gonna kind of be a no-brainer to a lot of you guys, but the fact still remains, I see this happening all of the time. If you are going to be playing airsoft, which involves physical activity and being outside, and you do not bring water, you, my friend, are that guy at the field. So please make sure to bring some water, even if it's a water bottle that you can refill or you got a Camelback. Don't be walking around asking people if they have water at the field. Guess what? I brought my own water because I'm a smart guy, and you need to be smart as well. So tip number 2 is something that I'm honestly a little guilty of myself from time to time, and that is always bring a speed loader with you. Nobody wants you to be the last guy to get on the field because you're too busy at base trying to find someone's speed loader to load your magazines. Or on the opposite end of that, you're the dude over there sitting there with one BB at a time trying to load his mid caps. Understand high caps are a little easier to load, just dumping the BBs, but a lot of people love to run mid caps just for that reload and realism and the milsim and all that goodness that comes with mid caps. But the fact still remains, get yourself a speed loader because seriously, nobody wants to be the last guy on the field because you were too busy trying to find one to load your mags in the staging area. Alright guys, so now number 3 on our list, it's going to be one that's, well, I think is a little funny personally, but I see it happen all of the time on the airsoft field, and that is the overly kitted players. Those are the guys that are showing up with a 3-day assault pack to go play a CQB game, and chances are if you're doing this kind of stuff, just leave it at home. Remember, tailor your gear for what you're doing. If you're playing 5 to 10 minute skirmish matches in a CQB match, you could probably run a pretty light loadout and not have to worry too much. Going to the milsim game where you're spending the night, sure, bring your ruck and all the extra supplies, but keep it in perspective, you know, kind of tailor your gear for what you're playing so you don't end up being that guy on the airsoft field when it's 3 p.m. and you got night vision on. So just keep things in perspective. Alright, so number 4 on our list, which is personally one of my biggest pet peeves of all things airsoft related, is the guy who stands in the back and tells everybody else what to do and never even fires his gun. If you're that guy and you're not the command of the entire enemy force, you're probably doing it wrong. We're playing airsoft, we're not playing real military simulation where there's some dude on a radio 5 miles away trying to talk to you. This is airsoft. You're supposed to shoot your gun and get killed. That's the whole point of it. If you're standing in the back, you're probably not helping your team. So seriously, do not be that guy in the back doing literally nothing, telling everybody to push up. Go lead by example. Be with your team. Show them where to go. Don't be that guy on the field. Ooh, those guys. And now number 5, which probably could have been number 1 depending upon how you want to rank the list, but literally everybody has had an issue with these guys, whether you're on the receiving end of it or you're the guy doing this, but the hit caller outers, I guess you would call them, the guys that are like, you know, I totally shot that guy, I saw my BB fly through the air and get him. A lot of times that doesn't happen. Like, a lot of times people can't track their BBs and you don't know if you hit that guy. The guy maybe have a ton of gear on. There's so many things that come into play when you're shooting at somebody else to know whether or not you actually got that hit, that calling the ref over to say I shot that guy, don't be that guy. Just play the game. If people don't call their hits, shoot them a few more times till they do call their hits. And on the opposite side of that, don't be the dude not calling his hits. We're out there playing airsoft. It's supposed to be fun. If you don't call your hits and the battle is at a stalemate and no one can move forward either way because everybody just keeps going around buildings and respawning and killing each other, that doesn't sound very fun. So for the sake of the game, call your hits and don't be the guy calling out other people on the field. Nobody wants to hear a bunch of people yelling call your hits on the airsoft battlefield. We want to hear things that are a little more entertaining, like, I don't know, explosions and fun stuff, people yelling orders and listening to actually what they're supposed to be doing. So don't be that guy. Alright guys, that's going to do it for my top 5 list of things that would make you that guy in airsoft. Now obviously there's a ton of other ones that we could add to this that are you know, things that annoy you, things that are just part of airsoft. But I want to know what you guys think. What are your guys' pet peeves in airsoft? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, if you have any questions, ask them there as well. And we'll try to get back to you guys as soon as we can. As always, stay tuned to Airsoft Megastore TV. We've got a lot of awesome stuff coming up soon, so catch you guys soon.